Kurt, Amy,
Hey, Seth. Hi, Kurt.
Hey,
at it again.
everyone. Here we are, midweek update,
Oh, good to be with
Wednesday.
you guys.
It's good to be together. We have quite a few things we want to move through today. So we'll get started. First of all, coming up this Sunday is Installation Sunday. So I'm going to ask Amy if you want to talk a little bit about that, any information or things you want us to know.
Sure. We've been talking about this for a couple of weeks, and I just really want to say how glad I am for this, for what this moment represents, the connecting with a community. You all have been doing that for me while I've been sick this week. I mean, you all, the big you all the church members through texts and some emails and that community is just very alive and apparent. And you all have allowed me to jump in and be community with you. And I think that you're likely doing that for one another. And so that's what this moment really represents. And we have loads of weeks and months, and I hope years, to keep building the trust and the relationship and the knowing as we learn to help each other. And so that's what this Sunday is about. And the affirmations that I will make this Sunday to you as a church, collectively and each individual, those affirmations will be wholehearted. I'm all in with you, and I'm glad to do so. And of course, if you haven't sent in your photo of blessing hands, please do so. Know that there is a kindred power as we extend our hands to each other in the everyday of living. And so this representation, this visual you will see of these hands are not just you blessing me, but us blessing one another. And I think it's beautiful.
That will be beautiful. And that particular image will be over top of the actual prayer of consecration. So that will be just really nice to feel that and see that all at once. Seth, there's a song, at least one song that's a new song that will come after, I think it's after the installation service. And you were saying a little bit earlier as we were talking that you maybe will create a video clip of that and then offer it to us ahead of time.
That's right. So it's a song that hopefully will sort of sound familiar, but it will be new to most of us, but we're familiar with many of Shirley Arena Murray's music. Fresh as the Morning, God of the Bible, that's in our supplement. We've sung For Everyone Born, A Place at the Table. This one is called We Are the Singers, and we'll put a little clip of that from our rehearsal tomorrow evening, just so you can get a little bit of that song familiar for Sunday.
And the way that people can access that will either be through Facebook, but everybody will be able to access it through the Friday email that comes out with the other links, for Sunday worship and for Zoom call and for all of that. Also in that email will be a link for that sample song that you and David will record so that people can watch it before Sunday. They don't have to, but be a nice way of getting familiar with it.
Yeah.
One of the other things that we've been talking about here among us is the way that our all-church Zoom call works, and looking toward this fall when we should be starting up Sunday school classes and what that's going to look like. And we've been talking about trying to figure out how to configure that Zoom time so that there's both fellowship for people who really want or prefer that, but might also be some opportunity for learning, education, group discussion. There might be all kinds of possibilities for that. It could be some kind of class about anti-racism. It could be a sermon talk on. But we talked that maybe if we get that started, say September 6th, that might be a good time for us to have a congregational class attached to that Zoom call that would be oriented around the movie Harriet that we would just have watched a week before. So we're gonna talk more about how that's gonna work and organize that for Zoom, but we'd really like to as we move into the fall, create opportunities for kind of larger group conversations in addition to the smaller group fellowship kinds of things. Amy, do you want to say anything more about how that might work or kind of where you would stand in that?
Sure. I know that we're not trying to replicate what the fall season in the church with Sunday school would look like, because we can't do that. So if you think of this as just a gentle expansion of what we've been doing so far, with one or two additional options for conversation, for going deeper, for honing our listening skills as we listen to people and talk about really important and hard things, or opinions or feelings, all of those things. I think that I think it's a great opportunity, and I think people are hungry for it. I will be the point person, as this sort of falls in the realm of Christian education, but whether it does or not, I'm excited to be the point person. So commissions or Sunday school classes, or anyone who has an idea for some kind of a 30-minute discussion focus for Sunday during that time, get in touch with me, and we'll see how it plays out in the bigger schedule of things, and we'll just let this come to life as it will, and I think it'll be good for us.
One of the things I like about the idea is that it's not a sign up, it's a show up event. So you could show up. I mean, you don't have to commit to being in a group, or you just show up, and whatever's happening that Sunday, you could say, I'm interested in that, or I'd rather just chat with some people. I mean, there'd be sort of that range of possibility. The idea of beginning with Harriet on September 6th really is because we're showing this movie on August 30th. Seth, do you want to talk a little bit about the movie and kind of what the plans are and information about that?
Sure. Yeah. So want to let you know a couple things. One is that on Facebook, you'll be seeing something today where you can repost a slide on your own page, or share that with another group or through an email. It's the slide you've been seeing that runs during our live stream on Sundays. And that slide, you can repost that and share it. It has all the information if you want to invite other people to it. So that's on there. I don't think I need to go through all the information. They've been seeing all of that, but just that note, and then also that there'll be this opportunity for some talk back during the all church Zoom time on the 6th of September.
And I'll sort of circling back around just for a moment to the all church Zoom time. Seth, we were talking about youth and how youth might get together this fall, and what youth Sunday school might look like. You want to talk a little bit about that and kind of where you are in the mix?
Yeah, just want to let the congregation know, and parents and youth, that there'll be an email coming out here, and there'll be some conversation about having junior high and senior high Sunday school, maybe in person during that time, or it could be in the evening some nights. So there'll be an opportunity for parents and youth to weigh in on what that looks like, but planning on resuming that in some way in the fall. And so that's something as well that will be happening.
When you mentioned about it perhaps being in person, I mean, it goes to this kind of yearning that we have. We really are missing each other. And even though we have said we're not going to have in-person worship because of the risk factor of large numbers of people indoors at the same time, we do have to be thinking about and moving towards some other perhaps outdoor, in-person kinds of interactions, because we are made to be with each other, not just to see each other from a distance or on video, but to be with each other. And how to do that safely is a priority for us, but how to do it is a priority for us. I was talking, Amy, with you earlier today from the pastoral care side of things, and just talking about how much this time is, I've been struggling with it because I've been used to seeing people on Sunday morning and knowing all of you well enough to be able to read. If I don't know exactly what's going on, that something is going on. And without that chance to see people, I find it really difficult to know where people are, what's going on, what their needs are. Ideally, people would reach out to me and say, I need this from you, or this is what I'm feeling, or can we talk? But that only happens in sort of limited, just a limited amount. And I'm really struggling with that right now, and not really sure what to do about that. I mean, aside from, I guess I could go through the directory and call everybody one after another if that was the only thing I had to do. So I guess I was saying to Amy, I just need help. I need help. Well, that's been the theme of what we've been talking about in worship. I need help in knowing where people are, what their needs are, how we can connect. In a time of right now, heightened anxiety as school has started again, and there's all that uncertainty about whether we'll be in person or online, or whether there'll be community spread, or all of the virus, all those kinds of things. So I guess I'm just kind of making an appeal for some help in knowing what to do when I can't read the faces of people by seeing them. I'd be happy. I mean, Amy, you've talked about being happy to come with your lawn chair and sit in somebody's yard and talk to them. I feel the same way. Seth feels the same way too, I'm sure, relating to youth and their families, and more generally. I don't know, you want to come over to my house and see my ducks, sit on my deck and watch my ducks? I'd be glad to have people do that. But we've got to figure out how to do it together. I don't know, that's enough of my rambling. Do you have something to say about that?
Just looking forward to seeing some of the youth sports activities. Going to be going to see some tennis tomorrow. I've heard some good things about Isaac Reichenbach's game, so I'm excited about that. But I know there's many other ones here that I look forward to seeing, and glad that so many of them have at least gotten in some matches. Hopefully that continues. You were mentioning volleyball yesterday, and there was cross country, and continued. Their golf matches have gotten started, and soccer scrimmages, first games coming up. So yeah, looking forward to those opportunities as well, that are happening now that there are some things opening up in that way. But what does it also look like, as a congregation, or here, outside, or else on people's lawns? Sure.
Those are the things that are in view, Seth. I mean, those are opportunities that present themselves. And then there's all these things that are happening out of view.
Yeah.
And I guess my question is, how do we get into those spaces as well?
Yeah.
That's where I'm struggling.
Great.
And it's just, everything is new, everything is changing. And Seth, I'm really excited that you're going to be present for our youth and their family members who will be there. And Kurt, I hear the comment from your heart that you want to see your people, our people, each other, all of us, for the little things that are happening, for the big things that are happening. And so all of us have to help each other. We can do that directly. You can have a need and call any one of us. You can do it indirectly. When you find out through a conversation that someone really needs to connect with their pastor, you can be a facilitator for that connection. You can work through your deacons. There are ways, but we all sort of have to take 2 steps over to the right a little bit, and maybe turn the angle a little bit and see how to do this just a little bit differently. And it will take some initiation, it will take some intentionality. But
this is going to go on for a while, right? I mean, so we can't just hold our breath and say, right, oh, I'll just hang in there until it's over.
That's right.
There have to be new patterns that make life sustainable and community relationships sustainable.
That's right. And so we may be asking more of you all out there to initiate something and to reach out and to ask for help. but know that your pastors are ready. And we are also doing that. We are also reaching out, but we want to connect where the connections need to be happening.
I tried to crack things open ever so slightly by wearing a purple shirt this week as opposed to my normal red. So just ever so slightly.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You're such an agent of change.
Change is in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, since Seth is so helpful, since he's offered his help by wearing a different shirt, maybe Amy, you could help us by offering a prayer. How about that?
Oh, I would love to do that. I would love to do that. Let's all pray together. Oh God, we are pausing in the middle of this week to slow down the clock, to take a deep breath, to reorient our pace and life to you. You are at work in the minutia and in the grand sweep. Help us to see both. Help us to be wise when called upon in an instant to be your holy way in the world. There is so much work to do, over and over. Help us to know when we are in the right place, at the right time, to make a difference. Oh God, it doesn't really ever end. Just as the hostas lose their long-necked blooms, the yellow no-name flower is at the height of its wild spread across the back fence. Just as we tire of a thing that seems to have no end, we hear of how this time has brought a positive outcome. It's unimaginable. But there you are, in the unimaginable. There you are in the minutia and the grand sweeps. There you are, and we're so glad for it. Now, rest with us a bit, this midweek moment, and then pick us up again as we take a new step toward justice, love, and peace, and as we do it together. Amen.
Amen. I just want to mention one other thing. As I'm sitting in my office, I look out the window toward the parking lot, and it's the second harvest day, and there are dozens and dozens and dozens of cars that have come through our parking lot to receive the gift of food and nourishment. And so know that collectively we are doing a good thing by sharing our space for that ministry. And I look out there and I think, yeah, this is the church. We're doing a good thing. So I just wanted to mention that as well. All right, we look forward to Sunday. Be sure that when you get the email on Friday, that you click the link to see the song that Seth and David will offer to get ready for Sunday. And if you haven't sent in your picture yet of your blessing hands, still time to do that. And we'll look forward to Installation Sunday. Amy, that's going to be special for you and with all of us. So we'll see all of you. Look forward to being together on Sunday.
Good. All right. Bye-bye, everyone.